What is waterfall project management? Have you heard of this methodology but was wondering exactly what it was? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what it is so you can decide whether it's good for your project or not. And if you stay tuned to the end of this video, I'm going to give you a free checklist on some 10 master hacks for productivity so that you and your project team can be extremely successful with whatever methodology you choose. Hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Adriana Girdler. I'm a productivity specialist and a project management professional. If you run projects and you're probably wondering what methodology to use, I'm going to share with you and tell you what exactly is waterfall project management, the pros and cons associated with it, so you can decide if this is something you want to use. What is Waterfall PM? Well, waterfall project management is a style of project management that happens in a very linear process. And it's very phase-based. So you have to finish one phase before you can even move on to the next phase. With waterfall project management, the only way you can go back to a previous phase is if you actually start to the beginning of phase one. It's a progressive style. So if there's something that you made a mistake with, you have to go all the way back. Each phase is going to be extremely dependent upon what it is that you're trying to do. And interestingly, documentation is a huge part of this. We're talking documentation for everything, thorough documentation, where you really need to know when you start the project what exactly you're doing, how you're going to go about doing it, because there is no room for being agile whatsoever in this particular methodology. To put this in context, a really easy example of waterfall project management would be construction, building a house. So think of it like this. You cannot put on a roof or drywall if you don't have the framing in place. And once your concrete flooring is poured, you can't redo it. You'd actually have to go, you actually have to go back and rip it all out in order to redo it if there's something wrong with it. So you can see how dependent things are. You really must go from phase one to phase two, so on and so forth. And it's really difficult to jump around. Have you ever used waterfall project management methodology on a project? If you have, write down waterfall in the comments below. What are the benefits of waterfall project management? Well, the first one is it's actually easy for the project manager to manage with it. Think about it. It's very phase-based. So you're only really focused on one phase, and you're only really thinking of the next phase as you're finishing up and getting close to the completion of the phase that you're just working on. The other part too is the documentation. It is very document heavy, and as a result, very detailed on planning and all that information that is needed. So you just have to go back to the documentation to figure out what has to be done next, and you can rearrange things. There's really no guessing. Number two, it clearly shows progress. Think about the example I gave a little bit earlier on about the construction. You need to know, if you're going to build a house, exactly all the stages, all the phases, exactly what you're going to do, who you need, and when you need them. Because you have all of these moving pieces and parts that you have to organize, which is why it's so phase-based. And as a result of that, it's really clear as to the progress. So if something kind of goes off kilter, you know really ahead of time, every single phase ahead of that that's going to be impacted. And number three, potential to save time and money. Now I do want to highlight this word potential, because you can plan everything perfectly, but we all know there's never a project that's 100% perfect. There always is some issue. But with waterfall project management, if you have a major problem and you have to go all the way back, like let's say with the construction example, that foundation, you found something wrong and you've already did some framing, you're kind of out of luck, and it's really not good. It's totally going to wreak havoc on the schedule depending on what you have to do and how you're going to resolve that issue. So if everything is going well and you know exactly what you're doing and everything is done perfectly, man, you know exactly how it is, and what you budgeted is exactly what's going to have happen. So again, some really good benefits with potential to save time and money. When is waterfall project management used? Well, this is really going to be dependent upon you. My recommendation is you do it for shorter projects, because that maybe don't even have a lot of phases associated with it, so that you know when you plan it all out that it's really going to go from start to finish quite quickly, and that phase approach will work well for you. But when do you not use waterfall project management? Well, that is when you don't have all the answers and you really need to have agility, or you know you're going to be doing lots of testing and there's going to be tons of revision going on. This is why in the software industry, they don't use waterfall project management. They use agile project management because it really helps for that. But again, there's not one bad methodology. It's a question of what's right for you. So if you are going to use waterfall project methodology, then I highly recommend do it for shorter projects. Get really good at it. And if it's something you're going to repeat over and over again, not a bad way to do it. I hope this video gave you a much better understanding of what is waterfall project management. Now, what I would like for you to do is go to that download below, grab that link so that you can get my 10 master hack productivity checklist so that you can be extremely productive with your project team. Please subscribe to this video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with all the people that you know. If you've ever used waterfall project management, or if you plan on using it, please share with me in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Until the next video.